Hello, Taurus. Welcome to my table. My name is Toni, and this is the Taurus Monthly Tarot Forecast for Taurus Season 2021. Happy birthday, Bull Gang. I'm so glad that you are here. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. And hello to you if you are brand new here. As I said, my name is Toni. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. I've got out the Palo Santo. I'm going to create a sacred container where we welcome in and we invite our higher selves, as well as calling upon Christed consciousness to please join us at the table. We command our sovereignty in this time, dimension, place, and space, and we disinvite and disallow all beings, energies, and entities of less than Christed consciousness. Oh, my torch is trying to go out. Come on, baby, you can do it. Come on, baby. You can do it. There we go. All right. Now we're just going to clear, bless, protect, activate, and fully align all of my chakras and energetic auric grid systems. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, Taurus, if you are listening with your headphones on, please do me a favor. Turn down that volume so I can set the tone for the reading. Here we go. Happy birthday again, Bull Gang. Make a wish. Let's make a wish for you. I wish you nothing but happy, successful year ahead, Bull Gang. All right, let's do this. Let's set our intentions. We call forth in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Our angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit guardians of the four corners, Mother of the earth, Father of the skies, sacred ones. We call upon you and we welcome you here now. We ask you, please be present with us and please help us to understand and to interpret these messages to the best of our knowledge as we receive them. Thank you. All right. Are we ready? Taurus, let's begin this month. We're going to look at the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. Before I shuffle every deck of cards, I pray over them. Anytime you see me praying, if you have on headphones, turn down the volume on your headphones so it's not loud in your ears when I shuffle, okay? Here we go. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit. What messages do we have for Taurus this season? What do my birthday babies most need to know? For Taurus season 2021. Messages to Taurus from their higher self, please. Messages to Taurus from their higher self, please. Messages to Taurus for the birthday month. What's going on for Taurus season? What does Taurus most need to know? Hunter, track down your fears and your desires. It's funny, normally when we think of Taurus, we don't think of hunter because usually it's the hunters who is hunting. I don't guess a hunter would hunt a bull, but you know what I mean. They're not like the bull is not normally considered a hunter, but look at the hunter's horns. Kind of get the bull horn even going on there. I like that. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of that guy at the United States Capitol on January 6th. Y'all know who I'm talking about? The QAnon shaman, I think is what they called him, stupid ass. I called him Fred Flintstone because did y'all ever watch the Flintstones? You know how Fred Flintstone was a member of like the Buffalo Lodge, I think. I think it was called the Buffalo Lodge, right? It's kind of like the Water Buffalo Lodge, I think is what they called it. It's kind of like being a member of the Knights of Columbus or the Masons. That's what I'm trying to think of, the Masons. But in Fred Flintstone, he had to wear this stupid hat with like buffalo horns. And that's what that guy always reminded me of, Fred Flintstone. I always called him Fred Flintstone because he was like, you look so stupid. All right, back to you, Taurus. Enough about dumb people, right? Let's talk about Hunter. Track down. It would really help if I put on glasses so I could actually read. There we go. Track down all of your fearful thoughts and feelings. Where you find them, you will find your desires too. Instead of being hunted down by your fears or other feelings that have you buried, become the hunter. You are being given confidence and strength at this time, so use your power to make a difference. You are not here to cower away or to live in the shadows. You are here to realize your fullest potential, but this can only occur when you step up and do what needs to be done. When this card arises, there could be an opportunity to face an aspect of your past or to bring closure to a situation that has been haunting you. If you are a man or you identify as a male, this card represents your masculinity and an opportunity to know yourself more deeply. If you are a female or identify as female, this card could represent your capacity to be strong and powerful and to overcome limitations. So this is about, it's really honestly very true, that, everything is always working out for me or for you as well. Everything is always working out, period, for everybody. And that there is a lot of blessing in the contrast. And so, a lot of times when we see our fears, what we don't understand is that our fear is teaching us something. Our fear is showing us what we don't want. And that is the gift it's giving us. And so when we face our fears and we are able to clearly see what we don't want, we're able to be like, okay, I know what I don't want. So now I can turn around over here and I know now very clearly what I do want. And that is what you desire. These are your desires. And this is the direction you're supposed to be facing, towards your desires. When you're facing your fears, you're just asking for more of them. You're just asking to get more and more and more. Why? Why would you ever want that? Why not go in the direction of your desires? Okay. And so that's what they're saying. There is a gift in your fear, because where you find your fears, face them head on. And because right there, they are showing you your desires. And so as soon as you see your desires, take that energy. I mean, not one more second of it. None of it is given to fear. We're all going to go over here to desire. And we're going to focus our energy on what we want. And that's the path of our truest calling. That is the divinely inspired path. Okay? All right, Taurus, let's look at the tarot for you. We are going to look at the Santa Muerte tarot. And the reason why I picked it is because Santa Muerte is the goddess of life, death, and birth in the Mexican culture. She is the most powerful of all the goddesses. And I love it because on this particular deck, you see how she's pregnant and she's standing in front of the cradle. But what's interesting is that, life doesn't begin at the cradle. Life begins at the grave. You actually get the chance to begin to live the real you when you leave this physical body and you go to the next dimension. That's when life really begins. So it's kind of just an interesting reminder that life is very short and it's not what you think it is. Cheers and happy birthday, Taurus. Not trying to depress you or anything. Goodness gracious. All right, let's see what we got. Here we go. Angels, ancestors, guardians, God, spirit. What does Taurus most need to know for this season? Tell us about Taurus season 2021. What's bull game? What's happening with them? What's the obstacles they're going to be dealing with? And what is the energy moving towards them? All right, here we go. Spirit, what is the energy surrounding Taurus right now? What is the current energy surrounding Taurus? How beautiful is that? The star, Aquarius. This is healing. You are really focusing on healing. And honestly, right there with the hunter, track down your fears and desires. This is about healing the things that have hurt you. This is about facing your fears head on and be like, oh, hell no. We ain't doing that no more. Bye. Bounce. That's fucking amazing, actually. I'm kind of excited for you. This is just like facing your fears head on and not being afraid to heal them. Not being afraid to heal yourself. Liking it, Taurus. All right, what are the obstacles, limits, and blocks before Taurus this month? What is the obstacles, limits, and blocks that Taurus will be facing this month? What obstacles, limits, and blocks? Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is the card. I mean, interestingly enough, usually it's a card about balancing your priorities and adapting your priorities to change. If you look in this one, it looks almost like it should be the Two of Cups, because you see how that's two sides of, like, it looks like two people, but they come together to make one. That's kind of what this is. It's learning to adapt. Oh my God. Duh. What do we say about fears? The opposite of fear is desire. It's facing your fear head on. It's facing your fear head on so you can look fear straight in the eye and tell them, I'm not afraid anymore, because now that I know what you are, I know what my desire is, and I'm not looking at my fears anymore. I'm not giving my energy to my fears anymore. I've only got eyes for my desires. Yeah, there is major healing coming on this month. It's even incredible if you look at all three of the pictures. All three of them have something painted like swirls on their face. Look. He's got swirls on his face. If you look at the skeleton here, right here on their head, there we go, focus, focus. There you go. You see the swirls on their head? Yeah, there you go. And then look here, look, behind the butterflies, wings. They got swirls on their heads as well. If it'll just focus, you'll be able to see it. Come on now. Oh, well, you can kind of see it. Good enough. So it's interesting, but the energy here, it's kind of common energy shared amongst even the pictures. That this is about, getting in that head and examining the thoughts that are swirling around our heads, our beliefs, our patterns, our habits. All right, so what is the energy moving towards Taurus this month? What energy is moving towards Taurus this month? Ooh, there you go, Taurus. Ace of Cups, King of Cups, new love. And not just a new love, it's literally coming to terms with your desires and chasing your desires. You are honest to God this month, Taurus. You're not afraid of nothing. You got some big balls, is what I'm saying. You are not afraid of nothing this month. No, you're not. You are facing your life head on. You are chasing down those desires. You are pursuing them, and it is feeling so good to drink from that cup. Good for you, Taurus. Good for you. Make a wish. It's going to come true this month. I'm really proud of you. All right, what's at the bottom of the deck? The things that we don't see. Look at you. 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is the sum of all the choices that we make. And so you are making really good choices, hopefully, this month. And as you continue to make good choices, it's going to pay off. New love, new desire, new happiness, new dreams to pursue. So focus on what you want. Really focus on what you want. Give your energy. Do not give any energy to the things that you don't want. Do not attract to you what you don't want. Attract to do, okay? Clarifiers. We've got, hang on, is that a 5? Is that an 8? I don't know. Oh, 5 of Wands. A little bit of a struggle there. 7 of Pentacles. Working very hard for it, though. And the High Priestess. So, Taurus, really what this is telling me is that you're struggling a little bit with the work that you need to do, that your higher self is asking you to do, but the struggle is worth it, okay? It's not, this is not a option, okay? This is not really an option. The best birthday gift you can give yourself is to connect to your higher self, to choose to feel good as much as possible, as often as possible, to make choices that feel good, to choose them, to be with people that feel good, to be with them, to think thoughts that feel good, to think them, because when we choose as much as possible, as often as possible, I didn't say all the time. I did not say that's not even possible. It's not possible to feel good all the time. But as often as possible, you can. And when you do, you are getting in alignment with your higher self, and the struggle becomes a whole lot less, because when we're choosing to feel good, the struggle just kind of dissolves, okay? And the work becomes a lot less work and a lot more just natural. The thing about choosing to feel good is that it's not always easy. And sometimes in the very beginning, it may just be that you only managed to pull it off for 1 minute today. And okay, fine. Well, then maybe tomorrow you pull it off for 2, and the next day 4, and the next day 8, and then the next day 16, and then 30 minutes, then an hour, and then 2 hours, and then 4 hours. You see what I'm saying? The more you choose to feel good, the more you will. Because here's the thing. It feels so good to feel good, and it feels so good to create a life that feels good, and it feels so good to help others create a life that feels good, that inevitably when shit hits the fan, because it always does, that's life, inevitably something is going to happen, whether it's personally a personal thing, or whether it's a global something, you're going to be impacted. My necklace is stuck, if you're wondering why I'm doing this, but I guess it's just gonna have to stay stuck right now because I can't get it to move. When it happens that you have to, oh well, don't care. You have to deal with life and shit hits the fan. Like, let me just use a major example. Let's go way back 20 years to September 11th. Like, that's a global thing, but the United States really had to deal with that, okay? You're going to feel it. You're going to feel shock and pain and hurt and confusion and all those things, okay? None of that is a distortion of reality, okay? When those things happen, that's true, and that's really what you're feeling, okay? But reality is that everything is always working out for us, and life is supposed to feel good. So when these things happen, we process it, we deal with it, and then as soon as possible, and it may not be a day or two sometimes, because sometimes that's how big it is. May not be a week or two, because sometimes it's that big, but as soon as possible, you're going to recognize that you're tired of being over here in the land of it doesn't feel good, because life is supposed to feel good. You're going to make a choice to come back over here where you choose to feel good, and it becomes easier and more natural. Oh, the more you do it, the more natural it becomes, the more you want it, the more you crave it. And when life really has something huge and terrible like September 11th happen, you don't stay over there as long. When that happened, I was down for, hell, I don't remember. We were in the military. My husband had just joined the military, and we were in our very first base, and it was really scary. And I was scared for, God, 2 years maybe. Like, I was really afraid. Um, think how much energy I put out in this planet, how much fear I put out in this planet over those 2 years. The point is when something like that happens and you've been spending time practicing, actively choosing to feel good, you're going to come back over here much quicker, and you're not going to be putting out so much fear, so much worry, so much doubt, so much mistrust. You're going to have faith, hope, and trust that it's going to be okay, because life is supposed to feel good, and you know that. This is where you're headed. This is a huge month of change for you, Taurus. I'm really excited, because I think that when we check it back in Gemini, you're going to be a whole different person, and I can't wait to see what those messages say. All right, Taurus, thank you for letting me have this reading with you today. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give me a thumbs up, share, or subscribe. I hope I get to see you next month. Until I do, you stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed. Love you, Taurus.